Hi, all, and welcome to episode 15 of Plain Speaking Sanjiv. Today, I'm going to speak to you about culture change and about how we can drive culture change through some very simple visual acts. I'll show you an example of what I mean. The picture here is of the SpiceJet head office area in Gurgaon, the streets around it in November 2013 when I first arrived. I couldn't understand why we accepted seeing scenes like this and how we could come to work and look forward to working if this is what the street outside the office looks like. So I spoke to my HR and admin staff, Suresh and Rajneesh and team, and said, is there something we can do about it? And they said, sure, sir. And they got in touch with the municipality, they got in touch with staff volunteers, and they decided that, they would adopt the street, they would adopt the park, and make a difference. And about 2 weeks later, this is what the same street looked like. So you can see on the left, the before, on the right, the after. This wasn't rocket science. This was just citizens, corporate citizens, taking responsibility and saying that, look, instead of just complaining about things, let's try to fix it. And I was so proud, and this sent a strong message to the entire company that status quo was no longer acceptable. The change was going to happen, and we were going to make change happen. This wasn't only at our head office. If you go to the airport, you'll see often, unfortunately, there's still people who throw trash anywhere. They take off the baggage tag, they drop it on the floor. If you look behind the counters, some airlines back then in 2013, 2014, including SpiceJet, the counters used to be a mess behind the scenes, where the staff sit. So I made it a rule that I don't want a single piece of paper to be lying on the floor where the staff sit. It doesn't matter if the customer can't see it. The fact is you're working surrounded by filth. And if you work surrounded by filth, you can't think clearly. So we made it a rule that not one piece of paper should be on the floor. The trash cans provided for the purpose. The initial response I would get is, sir, they get cleaned every evening. I said, I don't care if they get cleaned every evening. You can't be sitting and working in that mess. Keep it clean yourself. So I can tell you that drove also a huge culture change at SpiceJet. Same thing happened at Vistara. For some reason, we had this mentality that it's not our job, it's the cleaners who clean this. Change that mentality completely, and it gives you a certain pride. It makes you feel that you have a role to play, and also creates a culture in which you make things happen yourself. Yeah, you don't wait for others to do it for you. So I hope that's been interesting. See you again tomorrow for episode 16. Thanks and take care.